Hi everyone, today I'm going to teach you how to do this flawless natural makeup tutorial. It's almost like I'm wearing no makeup. So right now the only lighting I'm using is the sunlight. So stay tuned and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. So first I'm going to start off with my Nivea Soft Refreshingly Soft Moisturizing Cream. Use whatever cream you want. So I'm just gonna take the cream and I'm only gonna put it on the dry areas of my face. So I do have combination skin. My nose is dry, however, and I get dry spots along my cheeks. So I'm just gonna put a little bit. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with some primer, LA Pro Girl Prep and Prime. So I'm just gonna go all over my face with that. And just rub it all over your face. One thing I do love about this primer is it kind of like blurs your face. I don't know if you know what I mean. For those of you who have used it, kind of like blurs my imperfections. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go all over my face with this. So I made this as like one of those glitter lotions with like I just use a lotion and I crushed up pigments in it. I do have a lot of, it looks like brown and goldy, but it has a lot of red in it because I do have hyperpigmentation. So I crushed up a lot of red pigment, and you'll see that like when I start rubbing. So I'm just gonna go all over my face so you can see like there's me. This is the color of my cream. I'm gonna go over my face with this. So this just helps to add that like glowy finish under your foundation. Maybe not, I shouldn't rub so hard because my skin turns red when I rub hard. Okay, so I'm like missing some right here and on my forehead. Okay. I almost got that in my eye, so like be careful. So my hair is gelled back. So this is I'm gonna use full face of makeup, but it's gonna be very natural. So, you know, it's like I'm wearing makeup, but I'm not. So after I went over my face in this, and you can skip this step if you don't have it. All I did to make this was I used Nivea pigments. Yeah, so next thing you're gonna do is I'm using the NARS foundation in color medium dark 4, also known as Macao or Macao. I don't know, MACAO. So just gonna shake this up and I'm gonna put this all over my face. So I don't want to use too much, and just a little bit. So I'm not doing like full pumps. I'm just squeezing a little bit. The most of it's on my cheeks. Go in with whatever blending tool you like to use. You could use your brush. I prefer to use one of these blending sponges. So I'm just going, and this blending sponge I'm using is my own brand. Use whatever brand you want. This is just the ones that I sell. Just, yeah, go in and blend that out all over your face. If you have really bad hyperpigmentation or you know, purpley under eyes, you might want to go in with a concealer, like a red concealer, an orangey concealer, or lipstick. I prefer concealer, orangey, or color corrector. So you want to do orangey for dark under eyes, If you have yellow of the skin, use some purple, green for really bad redness. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my brows. So for my brows, I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills in Dip Brow and Ebony. So the stuff does tend to dry out. If yours dries out, just go in with like an oil. I made this one myself. This one is a all natural oil I just got from Walmart, and then I just mixed in some highlighters. So I'm just going to go in with an angled brush, and I'm just going to just go over my brow. So I'm not doing anything too intense with it, just basically going over my natural brow shape, maybe accentuating it a little bit, but nothing too much because we do want this to still look natural. However, I do love thick brows. You could also do that, like dip it if you have a thin brush, and you could make lines, but my angled brush is this is a BH Cosmetic brush. It's quite old, and it's too thick to give you that kind of precision. So yeah, just go in and shape your brows. You can use I use my finger if I mess up. Getting your brows identical, I swear, it's like the hardest thing ever. Okay, so there's my brows, and I'm not happy with them. Okay. Okay, here's my brows. So next thing that you want to do after your brows is going with some concealer under your eyes. I'm doing to highlight, so I'm using the Anastasia contour kit. My screen is broken, my daughter got to it. This stuff also dries out a lot, so if yours is dry, just go in with some oil and just dab like literally 1 drop or 2. I just did 2, and I'm just gonna use my fingers. So I'm just rubbing it in the color, I don't even know, the lightest color in the palette, and I'm just going under my eye just like this, and I got some on my nose. Just go under the eye. I'm just bringing it up to where my eyebrows end. I'm not gonna bring it back too much because I'm not doing a glam look. Usually if I'm doing like a glam face, I will bring it all the way up. However, I'm still trying to keep it quite natural looking. So you could put some on your nose on the side. I find that it helps to give you a nice contour when you're ready to contour. And your fingers are your best tools. Just make sure your hands are clean, guys. I'm gonna go back in with my blending sponge over what I just done. And okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna go on my lids with MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. So I just like to put this on my lids because I have greasy eyelids, and this helps to set my eyeshadow. And this does not have to be perfect because you are going to go over it. It's just there for me. It really does help with my greasy eyelids. So yes. And yeah, you could, if you don't have paint pot, you could go over it in a concealer. Because this is a natural, more natural tutorial, you're gonna want to set it. So I use my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and just to get some in the lid, I just tap it, lift it. It just gives me a little bit, and then you're gonna want to go over your eyelid. So I dip, my blender is damp. I'm just putting some like this, and I'm just pressing it all over my lid. Actually you don't really need to set the paint pot because it does dry itself. It dries pretty like chalky, but I'm gonna set it anyways. Okay, so next I'm going to set under my eye. I'm gonna set under my eye with the same translucent powder. So I'm just gonna go over the areas where I put the lighter concealer, bringing it to like the bridge of my, like right here to my nose. And just close my eyes. Okay, so you can see, like, it doesn't look too natural right now, but it will be, to promise you. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this MAC blush in Swiss Chocolate. If you don't have this, another great thing to use is the BH Cosmetics contour palette. So I think this is like the deep one. I believe they have multiple ones, but this one's good. I like to use this color specifically. Actually, no, I'm going to use this instead of the Swiss Chocolate. So I'm just going to dip my brush. My brush already has some powder on it because I was wearing makeup earlier. So just put it in there, and you're going to, so I know some people like to use concealer. We're getting hotter weather. I don't know, in hotter weather I do recommend to use more powder, because when it's liquid it just kind of like comes right off your face. So I'm just going to work this around my highlight. So everybody's face shape is differently. So I have a round face, so you're gonna want to contour what suits your face best. I do have a big forehead, so I'm gonna put some up here, and then finally some down here to slim in my jaw. So what I did forget is I forgot to bring a brush down here to dust off my highlight, so I will be back. Okay, so I went and I got a I guess a blush brush, but I'm gonna use it to take off the highlight, or the setting powder, sorry. So you're gonna just want to dust it away as best as possible. This part is crucial to women of color. You see this side? And just keep dusting. Okay. Oh, this light. Okay, so now it's even. You might want to go in and fix your contour because you want it to not, like, you don't want to see where the line starts and ends. obviously contour your jaw. Okay, so what I should have done is put some, while you're doing your face, you should put some oil or some something on your lips. And I'm suffering from really chapped lips right now because I'm not drinking enough water. But yeah. Okay, so next thing that we're going to do is, so you, for this part, you could use cream, but I'm going to use powder again. And I'm actually gonna go in with the MAC Swiss chocolate. So you can use the same color you contoured with. I do recommend using a smaller brush. This is a MAC, I don't even know what number it is because it's like rubbed off, but this is a MAC blending brush. It's very tiny. So you're just gonna like lightly dust this in your powder, and you're gonna want to go into the crease of your eye. So I'm not using eyeliner for this look. You could. I'm just gonna wing out my eyeshadow. So I'm just gonna wing it out so that, you know, it's more natural. And just kind of like just like that, so you could see like my eye shape. It's changing just a little bit, just so it's like we're wearing makeup, but you know, looks like we're not. So just wing it out. You could just wing it out past your eyebrows a little bit, or you don't have to. Okay, so the next thing is I'm going to take the MAC Swiss chocolate, or you can use a lighter color. Do not go in too heavy, and I'm going to contour my nose. So I'm going down the side of my nose, and I'm just doing it very lightly because there's nothing more irritating than a super dark contour on the nose and it just looks like, you know, Mr. Potato Head, you just like cut and paste when you just like stick the nose on. Nothing more irritating than that. And so I'm just doing it very lightly, and I'm blending that into my eyeshadow. And I'm gonna go under a little bit here, just to define my tip. I don't really have a tip too much, just to define my tip a bit. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm also going to take that Swiss chocolate color, dip it in. I'm going to go under my eye a little bit. So just be very gentle because dust will go on your eye, whatever eyeshadow. And then your eyes will get red and then you'll look like, I don't know, crazy. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my eyes with the color Melrose from ColourPop. So this is more of a creamy eyeshadow. I love this color. And I'm going to use the same brush that I just used for everything else. And I'm going to go in all over my lid. I'm going to go in all over my lid. Lightly, we don't want it to be too dark. Perfect. So we just went in all over our lids. So next thing that I want to do is I want to add my highlight. So this is a little MAC brush. This is the MAC, I don't even know again. So just spray some of your, I'm using this Sephora or the Makeup Forever Professional Mist and Fix. Spray your brush a little bit. Okay, and I'm gonna put that into highlight. So I'm using, for highlighting, I'm gonna use the BH Cosmetics Wild and Radiant palette. I'm just, I love to use this color right here because it's more natural for my skin color. If you're lighter, of course, going with a highlight that suits your skin color better. But this palette is so cheap, but like so good. Look at that. Look at that glow. Look at that glow. It's beautiful. Like, it's so cheap, but look at that. Like, I think the palette was like $7 US. Look at that. Ooh. Woo. Just love it. Okay, so yeah, don't get too creative with highlighter like I am. I just put some more, I put some on the tip of my nose, a little bit on the bridge, like whatever's left over. I didn't re-dip my brush. And then some on my Cupid's bow. See how natural it looks? And just that little go like, hey boo boo, I'm over here. Put some on your forehead, wherever you want that light to hit you, on your chin. Okay, so next if you want to, I'm not going to, but you could go in on your lid with some color. I was gonna use this. This is by this is called Birthday Cake by ColourPop. I love the color, but I'm not going to do that right now. So the next thing is I'm gonna put on my eyelashes, and then I'll be right back. So I just came off of camera and I applied my lashes, and oh, I know they're not like the most natural, but this is all I had. I ran out of natural lashes, but it still complements look very nicely. These are the lashes I used. So next I'm gonna go on to my lips with Mess Around. It's like a taupey color from ColourPop, and I'm just gonna put this all over my lips. And if I'm looking off camera, it's just because I'm just looking at my mirror. So this is Mess Around. So the next thing every woman of color should have for their lips is a brown lip liner. This is the color, I believe it's K from ColourPop. Never mind, sorry. This is Pitch. So with the liquid lipstick, I do like to put the liquid lipstick on first and then go over it with the pencil, because I find that when you put the pencil first, it does give you like a natural look. And as you can see, look, it blends so much better when you put it on top. So there you go. Okay, and then the finishing touch is spray your face, just so that it, you know, like sets your makeup in. And there you go, a very natural, flawless brown and makeup tutorial. So and this is all natural lighting. I have no soft boxes, it's just the sunlight. But you can see it's very natural. It's almost like I'm not wearing any makeup. Defines me very well. My hair is just put back in a ponytail. You know, just very natural. And you could just leave your house. More like an everyday makeup tutorial. You can add eyeliner to your bottom eyelash. I didn't put any mascara on the bottom of my eyelashes. I don't have any right now. I ran out. But hope you all liked it. stay tuned and enjoy, and keep watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will be adding more videos.